Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone and welcome. This is Ashima Shukla, your current affairs and banking awareness faculty on Entry platform. And in this video, we'll be talking about all the major news events that have happened in the past day. We'll be talking about all the important news events which are important from examination point of view, and I'll be giving you out all the important highlights from the news events so that in less and less time you get more and more information which is going to be helpful for your examinations alongside. For those who want to the practice questions as well, for them we have everyday live quiz which happens on Entry app, which is completely free of cost. So you can download Entry app from the link which is provided below, and uh, after that you can give this free live quiz which will help you enhance your scores. Let's start the discussion on news events with the first news event being Unite Aware. Now, Unite Aware has been launched by India and United Nations. It is a tech platform and it is going to offer improved security and safety to all the UN peacekeepers. So, the purpose is to keep UN peacekeepers safe in and around the world from all the risky environments and complex situations. Now, the platform was launched at the UN headquarters in the presence of the External Affairs Minister of India, that is S. Jaishankar. The presence of S. Jaishankar. Indian side has contributed 1.64 million US dollars to Unite Aware platform, and the platform is going to provide all the information about the terrain to United Nations military personnel, which are known as blue helmets, in the line of duty, so that they can get all the information that is required for them in the place they are going. It will also provide camp security to UN peacekeepers. Basically, an awareness creation software. It will access live video, satellite imagery, generate early warnings to peacekeepers, and also warn them for any critical circumstances or situations that might arise. So far, who has developed this platform? It has been developed by India in partnership with UN Department of Peacekeeping Operations. Then we have a fruits portal. Now, fruits stands for Farmer Registration and Unified Beneficiary Information System. For this, Karnataka Vikas Grameen Bank has partnered with Government of Karnataka for the launch of this portal. The portal will be used to store all the land details of the farmers. It will be the first of its kind initiative in the whole country, which will be launched as a pilot project as of now and might be extended to other financial institutions soon enough. The inauguration was done by Chief General Manager of NABARD, that is Neeraj Kumar Verma, and under this portal, farmers will be registered and given fruits ID number, or which we can say as FID. This ID number, via this number, the lending and financial institutions will be able to access the land details of the farmer and all their borrowings till date, so that this process of giving loans to farmers is going to be quickened up and also more efficient. Right. If we talk about Karnataka Vikas Grameen Bank, this bank is headquartered in Dharwad in Karnataka, and its current chairperson is P. Gopi Krishna. P. Gopi Krishna is the current MD of this bank. Then we have Rajiv Gandhi Grameen Bhumihin Mojdar Nyay Yojana, which has been launched by Chhattisgarh government. And the scheme is launched for all the landless workers of Chhattisgarh. So, under this scheme, financial assistance of 6,000 rupees a year will be granted to more than 12 lakh beneficiaries of the state. So, economic justice to all the landless community farmers is going to be given. The support of 200 crore is sanctioned for the scheme in the annual budget of the state along for this Yojana. Electronic monitoring and enforcement of road safety, which has been issued by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways. This is a notification regarding the electronic monitoring and enforcement of the national routeways, which we can say. Now, what happens in this? This rule is going to be known as 167A in the Central Motor Vehicle 17th Amendment Rules 2021. The rules will specify the detailed provision for placement of electronic enforcement devices like speed camera, closed circuit television camera, speed gun, body wearable camera, dashboard camera, and all such technology which are handy for managing the traffic. State government will be giving required to place electronic enforcement devices at high risk and high density corridors on national highways and state highways, and all the critical junctions, especially in the major cities of the state for more than 1 million population. And as of now, there are total of 132 state cities which have been mentioned which are going to be having it. Defense India Startup Challenge DISC 5th version has been launched recently. Now, what happens in this is, first of all, what does DISC stand for? That is Defense India Startup Challenge, and it has been launched under Innovation for Defense Excellence Defense Innovation Organization, that is IDEX DIO initiative, and it has been launched by the Raksha Mantri or Defense Minister Shri Rajnath Singh ji. Now, DISC is a platform which will be where government services, think tanks, industry, startup, innovators, all of them are going to work together and are going to reach their full potential in strong, modern, and well-equipped military. For this, Defense Ministry has earmarked 1,000 crore for domestic procurement through IDEX initiative for 2021-22. Whereas Department of Defense Production, which is in Ministry of Defense, has approved a budgetary support of 498.80 crore for IDEX for the next coming 5 years, 2021 to 2025-26. Then we have a few one-liners. Reserve Bank of India is implementing a web-based end-to-end workflow automation system to give strength to compliance by supervised entities. The web-based end-to-end workflow automation will be known as PRISM, or Platform for Regulated Entities for Integrated Supervision and Monitoring. So the name is PRISM, and it will allow all the SEs to focus on root cause analysis and also strengthen their internal defenses and resilience. It will have management information system reports and dashboards for a better handling of the situation and bringing in better remedies. Then we have Kotak Mahindra, which has partnered with Creditas Solution and launched do-it-yourself repayment platform for repayment of all the missed loans. It's a secured digital mode of repayment for Neo collection platform. It will be based on artificial intelligence and machine learning mechanism, allowing customers to manage their dues seamlessly on their own without any extra hassle, which they do not have to go through now. Government of Arunachal Pradesh signed an MOU with Northeast Electric Power Corporation or NEEPCO Limited to develop two hydropower projects, which will be 90 megawatt New Melling project in Tawang district, 120 megawatt Nafra project in west side of Kameng district. In both of these districts, the project is going to be put forward. NEEPCO is based in Shillong, Meghalaya. Is based in Shillong in Meghalaya. And then we have Adani Road Transport Limited, which will be acquiring 49% of the stake in Maharashtra Border Check Post Network Limited. There are a few books which have been released, one being Operation Kukri, written by Major General Rajpal Punia and Miss Damini Punia, and was released by the Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat. Then we have a book, Discordant Notes, The Voice of Dissent in Last Court of Resort, written by retired Supreme Court Judge Rohinton Fali Nirman. The third book, Lahore, Book 1 of the Partition Trilogy, has been written by Manpreet Sodhi Someshwarji recently. Bharat Dynamics Limited has signed MOU with MBDA to set up a final assembly, integration and test, that is FATE facility for advanced short range air to air missile in Telangana. The equipments are going to be provided by MBDA as per the announcement that has come forward. Now, MBDA is a Euro-based missile manufacturing firm. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has organized event Arogya Dhara 2.0 to mark the completion of 2 crore treatments under Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. The event was chaired by Shri Mansukh Mandavia, who is the current head of the Health Ministry. Now, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana (PMJAY) was launched in the year 2018 and has covered more than 2 crore hospital admissions and treatments for approximately 25,000 crores, which have been granted via this Yojana or scheme. Indian Army and Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir organized a 400-kilometer Jazba-e-Tiranga relay marathon recently, and the marathon was flagged off by Major General Rajiv Puriji, and about 300 troops had participated in the event carrying the tricolor. Central government has approved a revival package of 77.45 crore for revival of Northeast Region Agriculture Marketing Cooperation. Now, NIRAMAC or Regional Agriculture Marketing Cooperation is a central public section enterprise under administrative control of Ministry of Development of Northeast Region MDONER. Now, in this package, which has been given of 77.45 crore, 17 crores are going to be on towards the fund-based support, and 60.45 crore are towards non-fund-based support for the region. All-women Triforce mountaineering team recently scaled Mount Manirang, which was at height of 21,625 feet in Himachal Pradesh, as a part of commemorative activities of Azadi Ka Amrut Mahotsav to celebrate the 75 years of independence. This all-women team had 15 members, and they all had scaled this mountain, Mount Manirang, and was the leader of this team was Wing Commander Bhavna Mehra of IAF. Minister of State for Culture Shri Arjun Ram Meghwal has addressed Shanghai Cooperation Organization Culture Ministers meeting recently, which was hosted by Tajikistan, because SCO chairship for 2021 is with Tajikistan currently. Then India Ratings Intra has projected its GDP growth rate of 9.4% for financial year 22. Akshaya Urja Divas or Renewable Energy Day is observed in India every year on 20th of August since 2004 to increase the awareness about renewable forms of energy and how we should be moving forward with it. Its main purpose is to bring in the awareness and move people from traditional sources of energy to a much better forms of energy and safe forms of energy. Then we have Sadbhavana Divas, which is observed on 20th of August to commemorate the birth anniversary of the erstwhile former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi ji. And Sadbhavana means goodwill and bonafide. So, since he was the youngest Prime Minister of India at the age of 40, and his works were quite efficient. For that same purpose, Sadbhavana Divas is observed on his birth anniversary. Then we have World Mosquito Day again on 20th of August to raise awareness about the causes of malaria and how it can be spread. Now, discovery of how malaria spreads, that is via female mosquitoes, that was done by Sir Ronald Ross. Sir Ronald Ross, and this discovery had happened in the year 1897, for which Nobel Prize in Medicine was given to him in the year 1902, right? And for marking this discovery specifically above Ronald Ross is the reason why on 20th of August we have World Mosquito Day. With this, we wind up this segment, and I hope this session has been helpful. We'll see you in the next video with more news events. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have a wonderful day ahead. We'll see you in the next and upcoming videos soon.